Have you ever struggled to explain a problem with your phone in English? Have you ever struggled to talk about your phones and devices in English? Or maybe you have bought a new laptop and you're really excited to tell your friends about it, but the English phrases don't come to you. If that is you, or if you want to learn more new words and phrases related to devices and technology, then this episode is for you. Technology is such a big part of our lives now, and we talk about phones, apps, and the internet almost every day. So being able to talk about this in English is super useful. My name is Jack from Fluently, and in this English lesson, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go through key phrases to talk about your devices. We're going to go through English phrases to talk about apps and websites. Then we'll talk about how to explain common tech problems, talk about social media, including posting, scrolling, going viral, and then we'll finish on some great conversational topics. So get ready for this lesson because it's going to be really useful for you. Check the description for all of the examples that we use in this lesson, and also check the description for English learning resources. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's start with a really common topic, your devices. These are the things that you own, and this includes phones, laptops, tablets, and smartwatches. Now, in the future, there'll also be other types of devices, and maybe you even have smart glasses right now. So let's imagine you've just bought a new phone. The first thing someone is likely to ask is this: how is it? How is your new phone? How is it? Here are some ways to answer. Firstly, you can say, I just got it. I just got it, and it's amazing. So the just suggests it is in the recent past. I just got it. In British English, you'll hear, I've just got it. I have just got it. You can also say things like, the camera is incredible. It takes such clear photos. The camera is incredible. And the screen is huge. The screen is huge and the battery lasts all day. The battery lasts all day. This is a really good phrase to know, how long something lasts. The battery lasts all day, which means you have battery power all day. Now, let's say you're thinking about replacing your old laptop. Here is what you can say. My laptop is really outdated. I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade. And to upgrade something means to replace something old with a newer or a better version. For example, I upgraded my phone last week and it's much faster now. Now, of course, devices don't always work perfectly, and they can be frustrating as well. So here are some common complaints when talking about devices. My phone keeps freezing. It's so annoying. My phone keeps freezing, which means that no matter which buttons you press or how you try and turn on your phone, it won't happen. It freezes. You can't do anything about it. Another complaint could be, the battery on my tablet doesn't last anymore. The battery on my tablet doesn't last anymore. So we're using that phrase last again here. Now, if you do have problems with your devices, you're going to need some help. And this is what you can ask to your friend or somebody who knows what they're doing. You can say, my phone keeps freezing. Do you know how to fix this? Do you know how to fix this? Now, the first thing people say here is usually this. Have you tried restarting it? Have you tried restarting it? And if you go into a store, you might say to the person, can you take a look at my phone? Can you take a look at my phone? It's not working properly. The next section, we're going to talk about apps and websites because these are part of daily life now. So most people have many apps on their phone. I know I have too many, and I do something that annoys other people, and I keep them open. I don't close my apps when I have stopped using them. I just keep them open. Do you do this? Let's go through some of the phrases you can use to talk about apps and websites. The first thing to do is to download or install apps. Download and install apps. You might hear a friend say, I downloaded a new app to help me learn English. I downloaded a new app to help me learn English. Or I have a new fitness app and it's really good to help me track my exercise. I just got a new fitness app and it's great for tracking my exercise. Now, if somebody is talking about their favorite app and a new app and they seem excited about it, you might ask them these questions. Is it free or do you need to pay for it? Is it free or do you need to pay for it? Now, most apps these days have a free version and a paid version. You could also ask, could you send me the link? Could you send me the link? Now, this is true of apps and websites. So you have links to the website. Somebody could share the link to the app as well. And if you forget what that app was called, you can say, what's the name of that app again? What's the name of that app again? I've got two phrases when you're browsing online that are really useful for you. And here is one to use the verb look. Okay, are you ready? I looked it up on Google and I found everything I needed. I looked it up on Google. So to look something up means to research this, to search in Google. And then in terms of activity using websites, you might hear people say, I spend way too much time online shopping. I spend way too much time online shopping. When you have apps and when you have devices, oftentimes you need to update them. So you could say things like, my phone updated automatically last night. My phone updated automatically last night. I remember when you used to have to spend some time with these updates, but now they do it overnight. Now, the next section is all about social media, because social media is everywhere and people are using social media more and more. So let's go through some phrases for talking about platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Now, there are two ways to use social media. The first way is to consume social media, which means to go through and use the app. And then you can also post on social media. Now, these days, I don't post much on social media, and I try to reduce the amount of time I spend on social media. But you might hear people say, I spend way too much time scrolling through Instagram. I spend way too much time scrolling through Instagram. And if you do post on social media, most people are really interested in the number of likes that they get. So here is a phrase to talk about this. I posted a photo yesterday and it got lots of likes. I posted a photo yesterday and it got lots of likes. Now, when something is very popular, we say it goes viral, to go viral. And I'm sure you have this phrase or a similar one in your own language. And a question could be, have you seen that viral video of the cat dancing? Have you seen that viral video of the cat dancing? Now, if you do spend too much time on social media, you might want to take a break. And oftentimes you'll see people, especially in the new year, when they have new goals, to say, I'm going to take a break from social media. And usually they post this on Facebook or whichever social media account they're using. So you might hear people say, I deleted my Facebook app because I needed a break. I deleted my Facebook app because I needed a break. And you might also see people put limits on their social media apps. So you can use the iPhone's built-in limit device. So you can use the iPhone's built-in tool for this. But other people also use third-party apps where it limits the amount of time they spend on social media. Let's talk more about technology habits now, because these are all about how often you use your phone and your screen time and how you balance technology in your life. So some key phrases here are, I'm trying to cut down on my screen time. I'm trying to cut down on my screen time. So this is not just social media, but time that you spend on your phone. So to cut down on something means to reduce how much time you spend doing something. And I remember seeing some posts on Twitter on X where people talked about how they spent 15 hours a day on their phone. 15 hours a day. So it's more or less every waking moment they are on their phone. Some people do this for work. Some people are just addicted to their phone. So to cut down means to reduce the amount of time you spend doing something. An example will be, I used to spend hours a day on my phone, but now I'm cutting it down. The next one is, I check my phone first thing in the morning. I check my phone first thing in the morning. Now, a lot of people try to avoid doing this, but it is a common habit for many people. So, for example, I wake up and the first thing I do is check my email. Now, when reading a book, you might say, I can't put this book down. And you can say that about your phone too. So the next phrase around habits is, I'm addicted to my phone. I can't put it down. So to be addicted to something means you feel like you can't stop doing something. Another example is, I check social media every 5 minutes. I'm totally addicted. Now, the next segment is the future of technology. This is a fun topic, and it's a great way to have an interesting conversation in English and also to talk about the future. So when you talk about the future, we use going to, we use will, and when you are giving your opinion for a prediction, you can say, I think. So you'll hear going to, will, and think a lot when talking about the future. We made a lesson recently on AI and tools like ChatGPT, and a prediction for the future could be, I think artificial intelligence, AI, is going to change everything. It's going to change everything. So tools like ChatGPT are already helping people learn languages faster, and I think AI is going to change everything. The next one is about VR, virtual reality. So think about those goggles, those glasses people put on to go into this virtual reality world. And the phrase here is, virtual reality is going to change how we work and play. Now, you might have noticed the Apple goggles, Apple Vision, I can't remember what it's called. They were really hyped up a few months ago. To be hyped up means they were very popular. People were talking about them. I haven't seen much about them recently at the end of 2024, but I still think that virtual reality is going to be really important in the future, and it's going to change how we work and play. An example of this is, imagine learning English in a virtual classroom with people from all over the world. And if you mix AI and virtual reality together, you might see a future where you are wearing these goggles and learning English with robots. Now, to ask people about technology, especially something new and talking about the future, you can ask them, have you heard about self-driving cars, for example? Have you heard about self-driving cars? And if you're predicting a future, you might say, I think self-driving cars will be everywhere in 10 years. Now, at the end of 2024, we are seeing self-driving cars become a reality, especially in certain cities in the US. So there are certain taxi services that are self-driving cars in cities, especially in California. Let's now go through a couple of really useful idioms that are related to technology. The first one is game changer. A game changer. This refers to something that is revolutionary, that it's really going to change everything in that area or that industry. So, for example, the introduction of AI in tools such as ChatGPT, they have been a game changer. They have changed the way people work, the way people study, and the way business is done. So if something is a game changer, it means that it has revolutionized that area in which it is in. The next one is to be off the grid. To be off the grid. And this means to be disconnected from technology or society. So, for example, if you go camping and you don't have service, you don't have Wi-Fi, then you will be off the grid. You won't have internet connection or phone service. And sometimes it's good to get off the grid if you feel like you have been using your phone and technology too much. So today you have learned about how to talk about devices, apps, tech problems, social media, and some habits. So my question to you is this: what are the top 3 apps that you use currently? So what are the top 3 apps that you use currently? Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for being here with me in this episode. And before you go, don't forget to click the like button if you're on YouTube, and also share this podcast no matter which platform you're using. So send this to a friend on WhatsApp, send it to a friend on social media, and also check out the description for all of the phrases that we've used in this lesson, along with some key English learning resources. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.